Hallo meine Freunde und willkommen zurück in der weiteren Folge Genshin Impact. Ja, in der letzten Folge, hoppala, hab aus dem gerade aus, aber aus dem was gerade von meinem Tisch weggeschlagen. Upsa. Ja, in der letzten Folge haben wir Kazuhas Geheimnis mit seiner Familie gelüftet und es geht jetzt weiter, weil wir nicht wissen, was das jetzt Gemälde ist und was zum Teufel ist hier Venti und Miko. Lol.
If you're tired from
Well,
walking all
hello everyone.
Hey! What are you two doing together? Don't think we didn't see you two chatting up a storm just now. The moment we came over, you stopped talking.
Is that so? I'm afraid you're just overthinking things.
we were merely discussing wine and food. I'm sure you two wouldn't be interested.
Speaking of good sides with sake, I personally prefer fried tofu.
Forget it. Even if those two are plotting something, they'd still never let us know.
Lol. Na dann, machen wir uns auf den nächsten, meine Freunde. Ja, Kazuha. Hallo.
Kazuha, what are you doing here? Why aren't you at the festival?
I came here to take in the sea breeze. Such a bustling atmosphere is never really to my liking. I knew you were still worried about me. Thank you, but please, don't worry. The things I said in front of everyone weren't just pretty-sounding excuses. Look, see this familiar harbor in front of us? Before, you could sit here all day without seeing a single ship pass through. Instead, all you would see were soldiers from the Kanjo Commission, guarding against possible intruders. But now, it's become a bustling place. Not only are foreigners coming to Inazuma again, but traffic between here and Watatsumi Island has also been picking up.
Yeah, Inazuma's already started to change, huh?
I was thinking, in some ways, each and every one of us are similar to this country. It might take a different amount of time for different people, but there will inevitably come a day when each person can let go of their burdens. And when they finally let go, they are free to follow the wind as they please.
Kazuha war schon immer so, Leute. Mit dem Wind und so, alles und rätselhaft. Das stimmt. Na dann, reden wir mal mit den anderen. Dass wieder, Miko wieder mit dabei war, überrascht mich vor allem mit Venti. Warte mal kurz, Venti und Miko. Weiß Miko eventuell, was Venti ist? Bei Miko ist ja auch so eine Art, naja, ist zwar keine Göttin, aber sie ist sowas ähnliches wie, Shao zum Beispiel. Auch ein Wesen, was tausende von Jahren leben kann. Ich weiß es halt nicht. Mal gucken. Oh.
Traveler, Paimon, it's a pleasure to see you. Indeed it did. Thanks to you, the signing event went off without a hitch. And I must say, the readers seem most satisfied.
Shito, is it just Paimon, or are you on the lookout for something?
You aren't mistaken, though I'm ashamed to admit it. But in fact, I have been on the watch for tourists from Liyue. After all, I came to Inazuma under the pretext of evaluating a potential investment. If an acquaintance were to see me sitting here, then there would be no way to hide the truth from my father. Fortunately, the crowds of readers that came flocking over have kept the usual tourists at bay. Oh, I should mention, Shu is also unaware of the real purpose of my trip. If you happen to meet him, please, remember to keep it a secret. Then, please accept my thanks in advance. I'm sorry that I can't chat long. There are still readers waiting in line. I'll see you later at the unveiling ceremony for Kuronushi's portrait.
Ah, Leute, das sind wieder die zwei mit dem Bild halt, ne? Interessant, interessant. So, das letzte Gespräch. Die Kamisato-Familie. Interessant. Hallo, ihr zwei. Leute, mal apropos, das muss ich mal ganz kurz erzählen, ne? Bei der Story von Genshin war ja Ayaka diejenige, mit der wir geredet haben in der Story vom ersten Teil. Aber sie hat ihren Bruder tatsächlich erwähnt. Also sie hat ihn sogar schon sie hat ihn erwähnt bei der Story, also der Ayato hier. Meine Freundin, den hat sie erwähnt tatsächlich, aber man hat ihn echt spät erst gesehen, tatsächlich, irgendwie, Tatsache. Aber so gesehen war Ayaka für uns, die Kontaktperson hier in Inazuma. Wenn ich über nachdenke, am Ende waren wir ja in Watatsumi und später war ja Ayaka wieder da. Und dann am Ende haben wir dann ja es geschafft, Raiden umzustimmen. Auch sehr lustig, aber ja. Na dann, hallo der.
Ah, greetings, traveler. Paimon.
Oh, Ayato! We finally get to see the busiest person of all.
Yes, there were many things which required my attention these past few days. Fortunately, the Iridori Festival is proceeding smoothly. The Tri-Commission cooperated closely to prepare this festival, so at long last, I can take a break today.
Brother and I are very grateful for your help.
Toma sure is taking his sweet time.
Yes. Today is one of the rare occasions when Brother isn't busy. I was going to buy some books, but he said he wanted to come along. His treat. However, he forgot his wallet at home, so he asked Toma to go back and fetch it for him.
Paimon didn't think Ayato could ever be forgetful like that.
Brother always works diligently, and it's rare for him to ever put his duties to the side and relax. So, Toma and I really cherish such moments when he's forgetful.
It's time for the portraits unveiling ceremony. Let's head over to the Kasen Plaza.
Ja, jetzt wird's interessant. Aber Leute, es ist wirklich selten mal die beiden mal zu sehen, aber man sieht die Ähnlichkeit. Selben Augen, selben Haare. Er das Wasser, sie das Eis. Besser kann's gar nicht laufen. Ah, da stehen jetzt auch die Leute. Jetzt wird's interessant, wer die letzte Gebete ist. Da bin ich jetzt gespannt. Let's go.
Everyone, welcome to the magnificent Iridori Festival. Today, we have ushered in the final stage of our festival. And now we will reveal the final portrait of the 5 Kasen, Kuronushi, which was done by none other than our guest artist from Mondstadt, Calx.
Paimon has no idea what Albedo's portrait looks like. Oh, this is so nerve-wracking.
Let's all count down together. 3, 2, 1. Huh? What's this? This piece depicts nothing but a background. I suppose Calx must have forgotten to include the character. Let's hear some words from Calx himself regarding the creative process behind this piece.
Hello, everyone. First, I would like to say that it was an honor to be invited to create the portraits of the 5 Kasen. The 5 Kasen are legendary figures from ancient Inazuma, famous for their works of poetry. As time passed, poems were composed about them, and they became the subjects of many stories. I learned from existing sources about those stories that the character of Kuronushi is the deepest and most differing of the 5 Kasen. Moreover, Kuronushi lacks a dedicated chapter among the stories. It's as if he is a behind-the-scenes role of the 5 Kasen. Perhaps we can assume that every creator had a different understanding of Kuronushi. So, in the same way, I also wanted to leave this character to everyone's own imagination. After all, the Iridori Festival is a place for everyone to express their minds through creative works.
Yep, that's Albedo for ya. His super logical explanation is sure to win everyone's approval. Well, it seems that that our adventures at the Iridori Festival have come to a close. Huh? What are you talking about? Oh. Oh, right! We still haven't figured out who left those stories of the 5 Kasen for us to find. Really? Come on then, who is it? Tell Paimon! Well, that makes sense. Otherwise, there'd be no way to give the right paper to the right person every time. Right. Even though they were using stories to hint us toward Shincho's troubles, the real goal was to lead us to solve the secrets of the Kaidahara clan. Oh, Paimon gets it now. Well, at least Paimon thinks she knows. Let's go! We'll get to the bottom of this.
Es ist also dann doch noch nicht zu Ende. Okay. Finde die Person. Yaimiko. Nein, Yaimiko ist es doch nicht. Nein. Warte. Warte. Finde die Person. Die Person, die die Geschichte hinterlassen hat, sollte jetzt in der Nähe des Platzes der 5 Kasen sein. Finde die Person und löse das letzte Rätsel der Irodo-Festes. Leute, ich will jetzt nicht sagen, aber ich glaube, es war er. Ich weiß nicht, wieso ich darauf komme, aber das würde dann Sinn ergeben, weil er ist ja die ganze... Er ist da hinten, Albedo und... also wir so gesehen, aber man sieht ja den Bruder hier, sind da drauf und er ist da am Schatten. Das würde Sinn ergeben. Das darf nicht wahr sein. Ich hatte recht. Oh mein Gott.
But don't you think you overdid it a little? Leading all your friends on a wild hunt like that?
As it just so happens, one of the reasons I'm here today is to explain the details behind this wild hunt.
Huh. Paimon wants to see how you'll explain yourself out of this one.
First of all, the start of this whole incident was due to mere happenstance. You see, Lady Yai happened to catch sight of Shincho and the editor carrying the books away one night. She thought it was interesting, so she asked me to tease them a bit.
Huh? So it was Miko after all! Paimon knew it! This thing had Miko written all over it!
That's right. But using the story of the 5 Kasen to guide you to the Kaidahara family's secrets was my personal touch. As for my roundabout approach... well, that was something which I had no choice but to do. Yes. Due to a certain incident that occurred earlier, I happened to notice the bonsai plants left behind by Kaedehara Yoshinori, as well as the blank papers hidden inside. I knew there was more than meets the eye regarding those papers, but it took me some time to figure out the secret behind the ink, the kind that would only appear when exposed to water. What Kaedehara Yoshinori said in the letter is very important for both the Kamisato clan and the descendants of the Kaedehara clan, especially Kazuha. The Kaedehara clan used to be subordinates of the Kamisato clan. It was my ancestors who were unable to protect them all those years ago. So now, this obligation fell on my shoulders. Although he has the right to know the truth, the closer he draws to things hidden out of sight, the closer he also draws to danger. I had to confirm whether Kazuha has both the will and ability to be privy to the truth. Of course, I could outright tell him the truth that I had discovered, but maybe he doesn't have the will that's required. In that case, the truth would only become a burden to him. If he lacks the ability, then he wouldn't be able to find the truth in the first place, in which case, it would be better to keep him away from danger altogether. Kaedehara Yoshinori left his message in a roundabout way precisely for this reason. For a long time, I yearned for a suitable opportunity to convey this matter, right up until the night when a legend of sword was smuggled away.
Oh, Paimon gets it now. Yeah, it wasn't only Kazuha. You brought all of the rest of us into this plan of yours.
I figured you would ask this question eventually. I merely saw that this matter would be of value to you. And more importantly, I hoped that while Kazuha and Ayaka were looking for the answers together, they would have some reliable friends by their side. Reliable friends who would be willing to protect them and make measured decisions. Friends who would spare no effort to lend a helping hand in times of trouble. Because it is also very likely that you will face the same enemy together in the future. You already know the answer deep down inside, don't you? The answer is actually hidden in the portrait of Kuronushi. When there is no one else near the portrait, you can confirm with your own eyes. As for the means of revealing that answer, well, you have used it many times before.
Oh mein Gott. Du willst mir sagen, man sieht diese Figur also, wenn Wasser raufkommt? Aha. Okay, meine Freunde. Jetzt wird's interesting. 0 Uhr. Ja, egal. 0 Uhr. Gut, dann kommen... Hoppala. Dann kommen wir irgendwie jetzt sehr spät. Und schon sind sie weg. Ich bin gespannt.
It's getting pretty late, so nobody else is around now. So Ayato must have been telling us to splash water on the portrait, right? It's the Balladeer! So he was the one behind the trouble all those years ago!
When there is no one else near the portrait, you can confirm with your own eyes. As for the means of revealing that answer, well, you have used it many times before. Also, there's one last thing that we must discuss. I mentioned earlier that the occurrence of a certain incident made me notice the bonsai plants. I wish to tell you of that incident now. It was just after the Shogun announced the abolition of the Sakoku decree. I heard that something had happened at the Tenryou Commission. They had discovered signs that someone had entered the warehouse storing the Commission's articles of evidence and confiscated items. But nothing was stolen. I felt something unusual about that incident, so I told Kujo-Sara of the Tenryou Commission to treat it as if nothing happened. She was not to increase the guard or relocate the warehouse contents. In the meantime, I sent a member of the Shumatsuban to keep watch over the warehouse. And sure enough, someone was sneaking in and rummaging through the belongings of the Kaidahara clan.
You mean he was also looking for...
I let him search for a while, but in the end, he found nothing. Soon after, he had to leave Inazuma by boat.
Why didn't you send someone to catch him?
The best way to protect a secret is to treat it as if it doesn't exist, is it not? Besides, the identity of this person is not hard to guess. After he left Inazuma, I carefully checked the Kaidahara clan's belongings one by one, and eventually discovered the papers in the hidden compartment of the flower pot. I am certain that the papers are the secret which the infiltrator sought to find, though he couldn't confirm whether this secret existed at all. So, now on to my final question. Which part of Kaidahara Yoshinori's experiences was the secret that needed to be protected? I don't have an answer to this question at present, so I'll leave it to your future self. As for now, please, enjoy yourselves at the Iridori Festival.
Leute, das ist jetzt... Er ist der 5. gewesen. Das ist nicht wahr. Das ist... Das ist jetzt interessant. Ausgerechnet er. Er ist doch derjenige, Leute. Also, ja. Er ist derjenige, der Waynes, was war denn das jetzt nochmal? Also Herz? Irgendwas? Gottesherz? Oder was es auch sein soll? Bandys und Zombies haben sie jetzt auch. Er hat, oh mein Gott, wartet mal ganz kurz. Das fällt mir gerade auf, ne? Leute, wisst ihr noch von diesem Labyrinth, wo wir da waren? Mit diesem Stück Papier, wo der seine Erinnerung verloren hatte. Da haben wir doch den Grafen wieder gesehen. Zusammen. Er war ja in Inazuma, weil unser Freund, den wir gerade da entdeckt haben, er war ja der 5. Er ist der verschwunden mit Eis Herz. Er ist verschwunden. Stimmt ja. Und der Graf war in Inazuma, um nach ihm zu suchen. Das habe ich vollkommen vergessen. Ne? Da kann man schon mal sehen, dass es schon wieder ein bisschen lange her ist. Jetzt auch wieder. Das ist auch ein bisschen lange her. Da hatte ich sogar noch mein altes Headset. Jetzt habe ich ein anderes. Interessant. Das ist wirklich interessant. Okay, meine Freunde. Aber das ist aber auch jetzt eine Frage. Wo ist er eigentlich? Das interessiert mich jetzt auch eigentlich ein bisschen. Das Event geht um ihn, handelt um ihn. Als wir Tonga so retteten, sprich mit Kium. Was? Wer ist das? Oh. Apropos, was ich mich gerade mehr frage, ist Aktionen. Oh. Ach, das sind diese Aufträge hier. Das sind die Events-Teile, Leute. Also man merkt, wir haben noch eine Menge hier zu tun, ne? Eine Menge.
So many complaints. What should I do? Ah, are you the traveler who my superior said would come and help us out? You came at the perfect time. We're facing a small problem here. As you know, the Iridori Festival is underway. In addition to all the things on sale, there's a lot of free entertainment programs available. But today, we received numerous complaints that a group of people have been hogging the Tanuki photo board. They won't leave so no one else gets to use it. What a headache. Well, we tried talking to them, but the original point of these entertainment facilities was to let people freely enjoy the festival. So in principle, it's open to everyone. And there's no time limit on usage. This means that as long as they haven't done anything technically illegal, even if they keep hogging it, there is nothing we can do. So, can you try negotiating with them for us? If these complaints can't be resolved and Madame Cujo finds out, I'll lose my bonus this month for sure.
Hogging a photo board, huh? We know who would do something like that. Should we go and have a look?
Thank you so much. You'll find them by the Tanuki photo board just east of the square.
Sie?
Well, if it isn't Arataki Ito and his gang. I knew it was gonna be them. Let's go and see what all this is about.
Okay. Jetzt sieht man auch Ito, Leute. Interessant. Man muss aber jetzt auch daran denken, ganz kurz. Und zwar hier. Wir haben jetzt so gesehen, das hier alles jetzt durchgemacht, hier, die 3 Akts. Die gehören ja eigentlich hier zu denen, ja. Also, was wir jetzt gerade machen hier, gehört eigentlich zum 2. Akt hier. Und der 3. ist dann der hier. Und der 4. ist dann das, wo auch das letzte ist. Weil du machst ja erst den Akt und dann kannst du erst das hier machen. Ist jetzt auch ein bisschen jetzt das zu machen. Also, ist ein bisschen jetzt die Reihenfolge ein bisschen anders, weil er sagte, wir hatten jetzt so gesehen eigentlich das Ende des Festes gerade. Er hat ja gesagt, das Ende des Festes sollen wir genießen und jetzt hat er gerade gesagt, wir sind mitten bei dem Fest, aber wir haben schon das Ende erreicht, deswegen.
The ending in the original is
Ja, kann man auf jeden Fall so machen. Aber meine Freunde, ich würde sagen, das war's dann erstmal für heute. Hoppala. Ich hoffe, die Folge hat euch gefallen. Wir haben auf jeden Fall jetzt das Geheimnis gelüftet, wer der 5. Kasen war. Also wer der 5. Kasen war. Echt beunruhigend. Mich interessiert sowieso gerade, wo er ist eigentlich. Er ist ja verschwunden. Er ist einfach verschwunden. Vom Graph her, die Informationen her. Aber mal gespannt. Mal gespannt. Ja, meine Freunde, das Fest ist noch nicht vorbei, wie ihr bereits wisst. Ich hätte jetzt eigentlich gedacht, das war's mit dem Fest. Ist es jetzt vorbei? Leider nein, ist es nicht vorbei. Wir haben ja noch die 3 hier noch vor uns. Und dann, es ist immer noch nicht vorbei, haben wir noch die Eventspiele hier von den Modusen. Die muss ich ja auch noch mit euch einmal nochmal machen, ey. Das ist ja ein Muss. Hier ist eine Menge Urgestein, Alter. Holy. Deswegen, meine Freunde, uns erwartet noch ein ganz schön fetter Haufen von dem Event hier. Ich würde glatt sagen, wir sehen uns damit in der nächsten Folge. Euer Marschu. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Tschaußen.